Makeup's still looking great. Baby needs a diaper change. Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome back to my channel for another video. I'm really excited about today's video because I am kicking off a new series here on my channel. I don't consider myself a beauty guru and I'm certainly not a professional makeup artist, but I am a makeup lover, and at the same time I'm also a mom, and so I think that gives me a different sort of perspective on makeup in general, and I thought that it would be helpful to some of you in my audience to see first impressions from a mom's perspective. Now, for those of you who are not moms, who enjoy the more lifestyle portion of my videos, I think this is also going to be helpful to you because being a mom is like the ultimate wear test for makeup. I've got kids climbing all over me, kisses all over my face, lots of cuddles with my 3 kids, and cooking and cleaning, and then I'm also a businesswoman and a YouTuber, and so I'm also sitting in front of lights and a camera several times a week, and so I really put my makeup through a hard test a lot of the time, and I'm just going to be sharing that perspective with you in this new series on my channel. Today I am going to be trying a few different things, and I'm really excited about this. I was that girl who set an alarm on my phone to get the new launch from Colourpop, the collaboration with Kathleenlights, and when my order came in, I got a second package the same day, which was actually a PR package, and stick around to the end to hear what the instructions are if you want to enter to win the Dream Street eyeshadow palette as well as the Dream Team trio of lippies. The other thing that I am giving my first impressions on was the new Healthy Skin foundation by Physicians Formula. I also ordered the Healthy Lip. This is their Velvet Finish Lip Paint, which I give my impression on, and then I also swatched all of the lippies in the Colourpop Kathleenlights collection. So we've got a few different things going on around here. I am going to do check-ins to give you guys a perspective on how well it is wearing throughout the day, everything that I applied that was a first impression, and just go from there, and then at the end of the day do a final check-in and give you my final thoughts on this all-day wear test that I will do. And I promise my intro will not always be that long in these videos, but I just kind of wanted to give an introduction to this new series. Alrighty, so let's jump into this palette. This is the Kathleenlights x Colourpop Dream Street Shadow Palette. This includes 12 shades, so I did everything that I normally do, and I'm definitely going to do that for first impressions, is to apply my makeup using the same tools I normally use, the same brushes, as well as any primers or methods. I'm really going to give it a fair shot. So I started out by priming my eyelids with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and setting that down with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I do this all the time when I do an eyeshadow look. So I went in with my Morphe M505 brush into my crease with this peachy nude transition shade called Magical, and this shade blended out beautifully, gave me a nice transition. There was no skipping or chalkiness, no powderiness, no fallout that I could see. And then I went in a little deeper into the crease with this Wet n Wild fluffy brush into the shade Shooting Star, and I just fluffed that more onto my lid and deeper into the crease. The shade Elfish was a bit of a disappointment to me. It took a lot of work to blend this shade. I used the Morphe M578 brush. I dipped that into the Elfish shade and of course tapped off the excess, and I kind of stamped the color onto the outer V and then blended with the tip into the crease. This is a very normal method that I use, and as I was blending into the crease especially, I saw loads of skipping and creasing, and it was just really chalky and powdery. Now, I didn't notice any fallout on my cheeks while I was applying it, which is good, but I think it's because this shade in particular is a bit rough. It's just really rough. The other shades, when you swatch them, they're really buttery and smooth without being too wet. This one is just too dry, in my opinion. Honestly, this Morphe M505 brush was the saving grace of this situation because that Elfish shade was just really difficult to blend, but this did the trick and I was able to work with it. But coming from a mom's perspective, I don't have a lot of time to put my makeup on, so I don't really like having to work with things and blend and blend and blend to make it work. So I probably won't be reaching for this shade again, but I was able to work it out and make it work. And then for a shimmery shade all over the lid, I used this shade called Sweet Dreams, which was really, really pretty. I'm not someone who typically goes for a sparkly metallic shade, a bit more chunks of glitter than what I typically like, but it was not bad. It wasn't flaky at all, which I appreciate. I have this pencil brush from e.l.f. that I sprayed with my Pixie. This is the Hydrating Milky Mist, and I dipped that wet brush back into the e.l.f.ish shade and I just stamped really close to my lash line, kind of like a eyeliner of sorts, and it worked out really well. I think it gave it a really pretty effect. I then highlighted my brow bone with the Moony shade and just put a little spotlight highlight in my tear duct here in the inner corner with the Moony shade, and it just kind of brought the look all together. All in all, I think it's pretty easy to put together a look with this palette, and I think that there is a lot of versatility here. I think you can do a very natural look. I could do a little bit of the Shooting Star and Magical shade together in my crease, pop a little bit of the metallic on, mascara, and I would be done with a very more natural everyday sort of look. I have a video that I'm going to be filming later, and so I did a little bit more on my eyes. I've got a baby update I'm going to be doing later, and so I wanted to put more shades to the test. I really want to try out this Water Bearer shade and this Mermaid Boy, which, Mermaid Boy, isn't that just mermen? Merboy? I don't know. It was relatively easy to put together a look. I just wish this e.l.f.ish shade performed a little bit better. But for $16 for a palette of 12 shades, if there's one or two shades in here that I don't really use or don't really like, it's not a total bust because it's so affordable already. Before moving on to the rest of the face, let's talk about the lippies in this Kathleenlights Colourpop collection. A couple of these are more bold than I would ever go, but I am definitely holding on to them in case I get a little bit more brave. This first shade is a bright orange red neon almost. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's just definitely not my style. This is called Rêve. Oh, it has an R at the end, but I believe that's silent. I think this is French for dream because it's the dream team. Rêve. Maybe I'm saying that right. This is very pretty. The formula is nice. It's very comfortable on the lips. And in the same ultra satin finish is the shade Dreamy, which is like a terracotta nude. I don't normally go for a warm toned nude like this, but the formula is very comfortable. I'll definitely give this a shot in the future. The one from this collection that I am wearing is the ultra glossy finish, and this is in the shade Moonchild. This is a very natural color, glossy finish with a little bit of very, very small micro glitter gold, which I think is absolutely pretty, and it's really comfortable. It's not sticky or stringy, but it has enough tack to it that it stays on your lips without like bleeding off. I use this in conjunction with this lip, which I will give my thoughts on in a second. So moving on to my face, and this is where I tried out this new foundation. I was intrigued by this because the claims of it is that it's very hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid in it. What else does it have in it? Let me read the little packaging here. Packed with vitamins and antioxidants for healthy coverage, infused with Chinese Wu Zhu Yu extract and hyaluronic acid to brighten, hydrate, and even skin tone. Ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable, and breathable. It also has SPF 20 in it. And I thought the shade range was pretty good. They could definitely go lighter. And they could definitely go darker in their shade range. So I do hope that they expand that. I'm someone with dry to normal skin, and in the wintertime I'm definitely on the drier side. So I was intrigued by this because it didn't claim to have a dewy finish, but it still had moisturizing, skin nourishing properties in it. And so I just wanted to see how it would perform. I'm priming with the primer I always use just to give the foundation a fair chance. This is the CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless. I like that it's moisturizing as well as smoothing. I did a test of colors to see which one, and I was right. The lightest shade in the cool tone. This is LC1. So it has this really large doe foot applicator. Let's give it a smell. Whew! It smells like house paint, like I'm going to paint my bedroom. Oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks to our old house. I'm going to apply with a sponge on this side of my face and with a brush on this side of my face. I'm someone who typically prefers a brush application, but I think to do a good test of a foundation, you need to try both. So I'm just applying this. This is definitely a good color match, but it's probably because it's the sponge application. This is a very sheer coverage. I'm gonna let this set for a little bit and see what the finish is and go in on the other side where, as you can see, I definitely have more irritation, more redness. I've got a couple of breakouts here. I'm using this Wet n Wild blending brush. So despite the fact that I have a breakout on this side, the coverage with the brush is definitely more. So I'm gonna add a second layer now that it's drying down, and it definitely is on the tacky side, so I think this will need a powder to set it. Let me apply my concealer here, which is the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to use my finger to apply it to blemishes to spot conceal. And I do use a sponge for under eye concealer. I'm not noticing any sort of like breaking up of the foundation. I use concealer to like highlight my chin and my forehead, and there's no weird reaction to speak of yet. So I'm just gonna set everything, apply the rest of my makeup, and then go from there. And the rest of what I'm gonna put on my face, I will have in the description box in case you're wondering. I'm really feeling like I'm having a good makeup day, so that's good. Baby is still babbling in the background. I'm not seeing any oxidation. It's not changing in tone. It's not bunching and gathering. Particularly my T-zone and under my eyes gets really dry. I'm not seeing any sort of flaking or creasing or caking. I am pleased so far, but I'm definitely going to give it its fair test. And I also wanted to go back to the Dream Street eyeshadow palette. I actually used that as a highlight today. So the Moony shade, which is the pearl finish, I thought would make a really good face highlight. This is wearable and pretty, and I seriously want a pan this big of that Moony shade so that I can use it as like an everyday highlight, because I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I also tested out the Healthy Lip from Physicians Formula. I love this so much. I was so pleasantly surprised by this lip color. I have it on underneath the Moonchild gloss from the Kathleenlights Colourpop collection, but this went on so well. It has a demi-matte finish, so it claims to have a velvet finish, which I think is true. But man, the pigmentation of it, you only needed one swipe and it just kind of looks like my lips but better. It's looking really good right now, so I will check in as the day progresses and talk to you guys later as far as this makeup goes. Oh, and I should tell you what time it is. It is 10:05 in the morning, and I am going to wear this throughout the day, go about my day as a mom and a YouTuber, and see how well it holds up. It is a little after 2, and I just ate lunch. I poked myself with some mascara because I reapplied. So ignore that little black dot right now. But I ate lunch, which was leftover Thai food. It was a noodle dish that was greasy, and it just completely took whatever I had on my lips off. So I'm going to reapply the Physicians Formula lip because I want to have more of a matte lip for when I film a video. It's not breaking up on my nose or in between my eyebrows. It's not bunching and clumping. It's looking really even as far as the eyeshadow goes. It's all looking exactly like it did when I first applied it. So I got my hair done, and I am going to film her baby update, which you guys will see the Wednesday after Christmas. That's when that one's going up. Alrighty, I just finished filming the baby update. I think my makeup held up really well. I was holding her, she was like climbing all over me, rubbing my face, batting my face, and I was giving her kisses. And actually this stuff is pretty transfer proof. Didn't touch my eyes the whole time, so the eye look is still there. It got really warm in the bedroom because it's a small room and I have a warm light, and I don't have like melting or anything weird going on with my foundation, so it's still looking really good. Makeup's still looking great. Baby needs a diaper change, and it's a stinky one. I've got total mom life going on right now, but I thought I would check in. I have been cooking. I'm making a Hello Fresh meal. This is the Mediterranean salmon dish. I'm even over like this steaming pot of couscous for this dish. I wear non-waterproof mascara and the steam starts to make it melt, but everything else is looking really good, and this lip color is holding fast. My favorite part about this lip color, hey Judah. No transfer. Can I give you a kiss too? No transfer, look at that. So I'm gonna get dinner finished up. Weston's on his way home. I got a fussy baby. And so I will do my final check-in after dinner. Alrighty, it is the end of a very long day. A good day, but a long day, and I don't even know what's going on here. But it is 9:54 p.m. right now, and the kids are all in bed, and I'm about to sit down and have some tiramisu. Thank you. I'm thinking that my makeup held up really well for what I did today. I filmed a video, I cleaned my house, I took care of my kids, made dinner, did laundry. Like, there was a lot of stuff that I did. I unloaded the dishwasher, and when I opened it up, I had like the steam facial happen, and I'm not looking too shiny. Now, I am someone with dry skin, so being shiny is not necessarily something that happens to me. I'm seeing just a little bit of breakup around my nose here. That's normal. A little bit of it breaking up between my eyebrows and around my mouth, just a little bit. I've got a little bit of patchiness through my jawline here. The forehead looks great. The cheeks look really good. My blush has worn off a little bit, but my bronzer is still there. And then the other Physicians Formula item was the lip, and you guys saw me reapply it after I had that really greasy meal, and I haven't touched it since. And this is after eating dinner too, and it's still there. Like, that is lip color, but the finish of it is so like natural lip finish, if that makes sense. And then as far as my eyes go, I still definitely have the metallic reflect of the eyeshadow going on my lids, and I've got fading at my lash line of the shadow that I applied kind of as an eyeliner, and then I've got fading up through this point of my brow bone, and that happens a lot for me because my brow bone kind of sticks out here and it catches on something like my hand or a child's face, and my eyeshadow tends to rub off in that area. So all in all, the wear of this eyeshadow I'm really happy with, and it's wearing off like it normally would with the other eyeshadows that I wear on a normal basis. I mean, I'm still critical of the parts that I notice are patchy, and that hasn't changed. Obviously, eyeshadow throughout the day, almost 12 hours later, wouldn't get less patchy. So there's that. But as far as wear time goes, it's still just about as vibrant as it was when I first applied it. All in all, I am happy with how my makeup turned out today and how it wore throughout the day. I think it stood up to the rigors of being a mom, as well as it did really well in front of the camera as well when I filmed that video. So, but I think the winner of these first impressions is definitely this Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip. This is in the shade All Natural Nude. And the Moody Gloss was pretty over it, but honestly, this isn't anything to write home about. It's a pretty gloss and it has a good formula, but that's all I have to say about it. To be entered into the giveaway, it's really simple. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and let me know in the comments what your favorite type of video is to watch on YouTube. My favorite, it's a tie between two. I love fail videos, like fail compilations, fail army, love it. And I love first impressions videos. I am such a sucker for first impressions videos. So let me know what your favorite is to watch and you will be entered, and I will contact the winner over private message, direct message here on YouTube a week from today. So good luck everybody. Thank you so much for entering, and thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you later.